So we're transmitting live video, and we can literally, as you see there, that's an example of one. It's basically inside of a Pelican case. We have a processor, and we have internet signal that goes out, and those are waterproof. So we've had those in storm surge zones. We've had those last year. Hurricane Milton covered one up about 10 feet of water, and water goes down, and it was perfectly fine. As you can see, we were pointed at some of the houses there off Tower Circle. That was a live shot. That's a screenshot of a live shot from the storm. And those runoff battery packs, and they actually have 4, 5, 6 days of battery, just depending on the conditions in the local environment there. So that's something that we provide, and those are also public and able to be viewed publicly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key, right? It's capturing maybe previously unknown data and disseminating it back out to curious public, but also the decision makers.
Yes,
2020,
yes.
You talk about some of the video that we've only lost 2 cameras that I'm aware of, and that was we lost one in Hurricane Laura in Holly Beach, Louisiana, and it was strapped 12, 14 foot up a power pole, and yeah, we never found that camera.
Yeah, the entire pole was gone. We got on top of my truck to put that up the pole, and then we never found the box, the pole, and then most of the RVs that were there were also never found. So,
I mean, in that case, it sounds like it wasn't a camera failure; it was a pole failure.
Correct. Yeah. That's one we'd love to have the video from.
Yeah. Okay. So here's something, Brett, you posted on your Facebook page that kind of shows these cameras in action. And a view like this is publicly accessible for, say, even homeowners who maybe evacuate during a storm and want to keep an eye on their neighborhood?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. One of our partners, and I'm glad you brought this up. So you see there, WeatherWise, which is a radar software that's freely available from your browser, your Android, or your iOS. Our cameras are embedded within that. So you can see the live radar and physically click on your camera location, and you can pull up multiple cameras, and it'll tell you, information at the camera site there in terms of how many people are viewing. And if we have weather data sensors up at that camera site, it'll also give you temp, dew point, wind speed, direction, all that stuff too. So yeah, that's a really cool product. We're very happy to be partnered with WeatherWise with that project, so that people can look at that and correlate it to the live radar imagery as well.
And you guys are also working with James Spann on his new Alabama Weather Network.
I am responsible for installing every tower camera for the Alabama Weather Network. So we're building out a system where we have a tower camera in every county in Alabama, and then we are going to 100 cameras by next year. So we're hardcore in deep with not only weather cameras, but every one of those sites also has a weather sensor. So we're going to have a huge, hopefully a micro net in several weather sensors in every county that we can tap into. And we have the capabilities of using those in any way, shape, form, or fashion that we want. And we've got some AI built into those systems. We've got the capabilities to put those in all of your broadcast softwares. Like, I don't know if you guys use Baron or WSI. We've got all of it integrated into all of those forms as well. So it's been a huge project, massive undertaking. And as you can imagine, James is extremely excited about where we're going with this, because visuals are everything when it comes to, the public and people that are watching now. It seems like getting the proper reaction, you have to see the action to get the reaction, instead of just talking about what the radar shows. I mean, you guys have seen the changes in the social science over the last few years, per se.
Yeah, I think it gives our audience a really good insight for things they have seen or might be seeing the next time they watch insert name of weather network here, and they're seeing images of the severe weather playing out across the country. A little insight into how that's being gathered behind the scenes. I'm curious to know if you guys have any tidbits that you can share with the audience about your experience out there on the Outer Banks, any conversations you had, any local officials you ran into, just a little piece of life, if you will, from your, I think you said 48 hours embattled and bunkered out there on the Outer Banks.
Well, we were fortunate, right? We planned on being out there, so we made sure that we had shelter, food, and all those things. So we were going to be out there for 3 days, we knew at least. We did not know that we were going to see some of the dunes get broken especially up near Oregon Inlet, and shut the highway down for 36 plus hours so that we couldn't really travel very far. You know, we had an area of, I don't know, 10, 12 miles where we could travel. And that was the south end of the island, really from Avon down to Buxton and, you know, down toward the ferry. But the ferry's closed, and then 12 North is closed. So, you know, we expected the potential for that. So we were prepared. So we didn't really have any kind of freak out moments or anything else. And what was also funny to watch was, you know, the residents out there, and I'm sure, Sam, you're well aware of this. They're just like, oh, it's a typical Tuesday. You know, it's not, the weather's not that bad. We're just going to enjoy being stuck. We can't go to work, which it was Columbus Day. That was the other great thing. On Monday, you had Columbus Day, so a lot of people were off work. They didn't have to go in. So that was the one thing that I guess, all right. I mean,
it's not a holiday in North Carolina, so everybody went to school.
It's never a holiday. Oh, no kidding. I did not know that. So
it might have been a holiday in Massachusetts. It's a holiday in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a holiday. It's not a state holiday in North Carolina. It's not a recognized state holiday. So, yeah. We get 2 days.
That's a different topic for a different show.
Right, exactly. It's not that reason. We get the state of North Carolina gets off on Friday of Thanksgiving because instead there's that. But anyway, no, you know, this time of year is fortunate when things like this do happen, but it's not. And I'll tell you, one of the big reasons is this is a very popular time of year for people to come here, but it's a very popular time for those of us who live here to enjoy what we have. One of those being fall fishing season. The drum bite has been just off the chain. It has been insane when you can get there and when you're not dealing, you know, not having to throw 12-ounce lead sinkers out the whole bottom. It's been great. But the other angle on that is those of us who live on the other side of the bridge who want to go down there, and we're like, do we go? Do we not go? This was one of those weeks you don't go. My son being one of those. Do we not go? This was one of those weeks you don't go. My son being one of those. He kept calling me every day. What do you think? I said, I really don't think it's a good idea. And he agreed. And he didn't go. But then there's the people who, like a good friend of mine who was calling me yesterday as I'm here in Massachusetts and I'm feeding him information. He drives a delivery truck for Cisco. And he was on the wrong side of the canal zone. And he's calling me, hey, what do you think? I said, you better get that route done before high tide. And sure enough, it got shut down. And I called him, and he's trying to get a hotel, and he got a hotel booked in Avon. And then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, well, we got it done. Because normally DOT doesn't like to work after dark if they can't get it open within a certain amount of time. Plus, they don't want to put people out there with the potential of overwash after dark, meaning the public. But this time it happened.